How's it going, fellow traders? Magic Trader here, and this is the CFTC report for October 23rd, 2018. Here's a snapshot of the positions held by the institutions as of that date. And so let's take a look at gold and bring it right over here like that. Perfect. So what do we see here? The institutions have been moving price up just as we have been expecting. I made a post in the journal in regards to what happens every time the institutions are heavily short, and it was determined what happens is that they take profits. And so we see that this is what's been taking place over the last few weeks. We had numbers of 217,000 down to 171 and down to 163 as we were reacting from the weekly area of supply. Taking a look at longs, you can also see that longs went from being cooled off to now more neutral. So 179 to 189, now to 192,000. And net positions in the positive right now. So what I am looking at here is some profit taking, definitely. And they're also adding some to their longs. But you could see that back here in September they were already at 192,000, so they just took off those longs and now they're adding them back again. What's the most important thing to remember is the profit taking. So bigger opportunity for a move like that is what I see, because you know they still very pretty aggressive. I mean, if you look at their overall positions here, they were super aggressive here, but still aggressive, still needing for some short positions to be closed off, in my opinion. Plus midweek we're going to get this candle closing most likely at these highs, so that's going to be a nice bullish engulf and a signal for the momentum to continue to the upside. So everything looking really good for gold to continue to the upside. Taking a look at oil, we see some nice profit taking on those long positions, still continuing from 653, 633, 614, now 585. And at the same time, we see them increasing their short positions. So longs being closed off, I mean, big ride to the upside, closing longs at supply, and now we're starting to see a little bit of the shorts being added. So this is good for an eventual move to the downside. I think that's what's going to take place. And yeah, big drop from 90% to 82. Everything's looking good. Still bullish based on the coloration, but they've been bullish for such a long time. So any big amount of shorts being added to, this is going to turn very neutral very quickly. And so let's take a look at the US dollar. We see an increase from 45 to 48. They were previously at 48, so this is not such a big deal. And same thing here, 10 down to 7, back to 10. So nothing really to see in these numbers here. Okay, they're not really showing their hands to us. In fact, I think if price is going to go higher, they are pretty much situated in that respect. You know, longs are aggressive, but they can be even more so. Shorts are cooled off and very bullish when you look at the sentiment and overall net positions. So I think they're just waiting on the rest of the markets to play out, and when things are ready, they're going to build and push things to the upside. I mean, that's what I see here. Okay. So we can't really focus on the dollar giving us any insight because it's really not showing anything here. As for the Aussie, we see that they were dropping off their longs from 25 to 19, now up to 20. Bottom line, they are below average on longs and above average on shorts. Shorts are aggressive, 82% geared to the short side, and a negative 70,000 positions. So extremely short. They were very extremely short here, and they took profits from 92 down to actually not much profit. It was more reduction in longs. There you go. Closing the long positions. That's right, from 48 to 20, and thus becoming less aggressive. So what is going to take place now? I've been saying there is a chance that this happens. So I'll be looking for signs of a long position being accumulated, and if so, that is what's most likely going to be taking place, because very aggressive short. I mean, how much more short are they going to be when they are already very aggressive with their shorts, right? So we have to keep that in mind when taking a look at the data and the chart here. Okay, so now we look at the US CAD and we see that they've been closing off longs as this has been taking place, and shorts are also very cooled off as well. Total positions cooled off and neutral sentiment. So basically they're just holding back on the US CAD right now. Nothing very decisive. They've reduced both sides, longs and shorts, and now prices within a weekly tested area of supply. I've been mentioning to members on the Market Outlook videos that it's very possible that this gets taken out, but considering the position of the dollar, there's a good chance that we see a drop. And if that does take place, it would make sense, because I believe they are eventually going to do that, and they will want to do that by accumulating a strong long position. So if price is here and you're closing off longs, there's a good chance that you're expecting it to go lower, and this is where you'd want to accumulate those long positions. Just a hunch from what I'm seeing, but I think that might be what is in play right now. US dollar Swiss franc, we see that institutions have been increasing their long positions from their early October, 25, 27, 30, and 30. And you take a look at shorts, pretty much doing nothing. Okay, shorts are still cooled off, increasing slightly with the US Swiss franc, and we can see that very big bullish action coming in here. But just like with the dollar, I think there's a chance that we could see a little bit of a drop before they start accumulating a stronger long position. Bottom line is we were neutral, entering into bullish territory right now, and looking for longs is the way to go. That's for sure. Euro US dollar. So we see that they've been closing off those long positions just as I have been expecting. Prices within a weekly area of demand right now. And you can also see that this past week they increased their shorts. So what does this all mean? Well, in future advanced lessons, I'm going to explain something really interesting, how to read this data and how to use the averages here to give you a little bit more insight on what the institutions are doing. But I won't go into any detail on this video just yet. Okay, so neutral, you take a look here, you see that they're neutral. You see that over here they are bearish. Okay, and that's good, because look at this, and now look at this, and now look at this. Okay, so you see the transition. We've known that this has been happening for a long time. We've known that they're going to eventually push this down like this, and we've known that they've had to reduce their long exposure to eventually move things down. And everything is playing out exactly as we had thought. Pound US dollar, longs cooled off, shorts still aggressive, but becoming less aggressive, right? You could see what things were here and what they are now. And you can see a reduction in net positions as well. Still bearish, but that bearishness is turning somewhat neutral if you take a look at the coloration of the cells here. New area of supply here, price dropped and doing pretty much nothing. It can continue to drop, that's for sure. Very possible, but you know, there's really nothing here to tell us what specifically is going to take place in the charts. But we can see that they were extremely bearish, becoming less so, and not really doing anything with their longs just yet. US dollar, Japanese yen longs were very aggressive, became less so as price was reacting from the tested weekly area of supply. Shorts, very cooled off territory right now, which plunges the sentiment into extremely bullish territory. So it could possibly drop even further before a move, but eventually a bigger move to the upside is going to take place, and you can see that transition from this to this. Only thing is that coloration of these cells are very green, which means they're already very aggressive with their longs. So there's room for some profit taking, and we can see that that's what's taken place from here to here and down to here. So it can continue, and we can see it drop lower before a bigger move to the upside. Last but not least, the Kiwi. Longs are cooled off, very cooled off over these last 6 weeks. And shorts are still aggressive, but we can see profit taking on those shorts right down here. So just like with the Aussie, there's a good chance that we see a move to the upside like this. Trend is down on the monthly. There is no supply here that would force price down, but it could just react from anywhere really. Even this area here, resistance, could react and do that. Or it could just sit around here and do nothing, or hit this weekly area of supply and continue down. Bottom line is they are still with a bearish sentiment, but look, we reached extremes and they were profit taking on shorts. So there's room to add to positions, but they could also continue profit taking as well. Alright, ladies and gents, that's your CFTC report for October 23rd, 2018. Hope you're going to use it to make some good trading decisions this week. And until next time, take care.